that 2022 will be the year of the metaverse, or the year of, play to earn gaming, that sort of thing. And so Income Island is very well situated, kind of perfectly positioned to be able to really just grab hold of that momentum that's going to be coming from there. And this has been, as we'll learn, a project that's been a long time in the making. And some of you may know this if you've been part of the various iterations of the projects that it's came about from. So finally we're here to Income Island, and it's looking really good. So today we're going to hear from the team. We're going to be able to hear right from those that are making this happen. We've wanted it for so long. And finally, just to give you a quick introductory to me, I'm Steven. That's my given name, but I go by the voice of DeFi on here. And it's really neat to be able to be a part of a project as an investor. And literally, if you'll look back at my chat history in the Telegram chat, you'll just see that I've just been just a dude, just a guy that's in here saying, hey, tell me more about the metaverse. Tell me more about this. Tell me more about that. And next thing you know, I'm here doing the AMA with you guys, because I've done these AMAs for quite a few different projects and a little bit just on my own. So it's kind of an honor to be able to be here with you, to be able to speak about this project that I've been invested in myself before I ever had any thought of doing an AMA like this. So let's just jump right on into it. And Lee, are you in here? And is your mic ready to roll and kind of spill a little bit of the beans of what's going on with Income Island? Are you here?
Hi, yeah, I am here. How's it going?
Man, it is going fantastic here. It's getting a little cooler where I am, a little cooler of weather. It's been kind of hot, so I'm doing well as I'm starting to pull out the long pants and sweaters and things like that. So yeah, I'm adjusting to new weather here. How is it where you are, both weather-wise and development-wise, team leading-wise?
Okay, so as you said, it's been a long road. So team-wise, it's been a long haul to get where we are so far. Things are finally rolling in the right direction and everything's starting to happen. Weather-wise, I'm in England, so it's pretty bad.
Well, I mean, it can have good weather too there, but yeah, maybe I don't know my English weather as well as I should, that maybe it's bad more year round. But
as soon as it's good, it's bad. You can go out in a t-shirt and come home in a snowsuit.
See, I hate that, where you can't plan for the day. Yeah, where you've kind of got to have a parka and a big old jacket in the morning, but a tank top at night sort of thing. So yeah, that's always difficult. Well, we'll get to Income Island here in just a moment, because that's going to be the crux of what we're talking about. But first, I want to learn about you. I want to learn about the team. Where did you, Lee, get started in crypto or gaming or just blockchain? Give me a little bit of your origin story.
So I thought in 2009, I thought Bitcoin was a really bad idea. And I thought 50p for this piece of nothing. Well, no, that's just a rip-off. I'm not going to buy any of that. So, of course, by the time 2014 came around and Bitcoin was worth £1,000-odd, I thought to myself, hold on a minute, I've missed the boat on this. What else is out there? So I had a look. And there was this really stupid coin called Doggy Coin. So I thought, you know what? It's cheap. I'll just have a punt on that. I bought 55,000 of them for £12. I was going to buy 1 million of them because I thought if it's a lot of money. But then I thought, you know what? This will never make any money. £12 is enough to lose. So I bought 55,000 of them for £12. And that was my start in crypto.
Man, so you did what I think a lot of people did, is you heard about Bitcoin and thought, yeah, whatever. But it sounds like eventually you came around a little bit where you bought, you said, 55,000 for £12. You bought just a little bit. And was it at that moment where you're like, okay, my toes in the water and now I need to dive in the deep end of the pool? Because you obviously now you're leading, in my mind, a major project. Yeah, you went more from just investing and skeptical to being full and all in.
So it was at that moment, I would say it was around 2021. It was sat there doing nothing, and I saw it go up and up and up in 2021. I think it was around the time it hit 30 grand. I thought, you know what? I like this. So then I thought, I didn't sell it like an idiot. I've still got it, but I did sell some. But then I just went in on a lot of other cryptos, and it was before these sorts of tokens really kicked in. But I did get interested in BNB. And then after a while, as all these tokens started happening, I thought, you know what? A lot of them just flash in the pan. They don't have a use case. They're not proper altcoins. So I liked the thought of one with a game, with a use case. And that is when I stumbled upon the original coin that I ended up taking over. Originally, it was called Marvel. So I took that over. Well, I didn't take it over. I went into it as an investor. Yeah, because of the fact it was going to be a game.
I'd love to hear a little bit about that story. So going back to, I never want the spotlight on me, but I was just like you. I invested in Marvel, and I never want to trash the previous team, with Marvel, but it didn't appear to be going anywhere, and eventually I took my position out of that. But somewhere along the line, it sounds like you were an investor in there, and eventually just kind of took the leadership reins of the project. Is that a good way to put it, that you eventually just kind of took over leadership from that project?
Pretty much. They kept relaunching it with different contracts, and they couldn't quite get it right. And investors were getting a bit, itchy to, just get on with it. And I spoke to the team then, and I got into the team. Not as a leader, I just got in to help because I just wanted to help and push it, because at the end of the day, they just didn't seem to be getting it to go anywhere. So I thought, if you want a job done properly, do it yourself. So I got in there.
Well, I mean, you're right. That is the way to do it. If you want it done properly, to do it yourself. And I like what you did, and I like the evolution of how you became in the position that you are now with Income Island. And that's that you started out as an investor, then started, offering up some of your abilities and services to the team, and eventually it just kind of grew. It sounds like a pretty organic transition to me of you kind of had I don't want to call it a floundering project, but a project that needed kind of some direction, needed a rudder on the boat. And it sounds like you were there, able to provide for that. What about the rest of the team, the people that I see in the chat all the time? TJ, Steph, Joe. They all were part of Marvel. Is that correct? Or are any of them new to the team since?
No, not well. Steph was, and a couple of the others. Mostly just investors. TJ is just an investor who again was. I saw he had the similar attitude to me towards the coin, so I made him an admin, and he's been great. And everyone in the group have been great. They're all investors, and they're all bringing their own thing to the table. So none of them were major admin in the previous team. They're all just mods. So they've all stepped up to the plate to become proper admins, and they've all brought it all to the table to where we are now.
Well, I think that's an important point to mention. If there's any investors that came from the previous projects that are like, if they have anything to do with that project, I don't want anything to do with them, because that project was not run as well. And because of that, they shouldn't then put what happened with a completely different team now on this team. That would not be fair. So I think it's a good point that you're saying, is that those that did have anything to do with the previous project, they were there as community mods at best at the previous project. So it sounds to me like it is a true, get the people that are the most invested. I shouldn't even say the most invested, the most, interested in seeing the success of the project. And they have been moved from, strong community members to team members. So yeah, that sounds really good. And I'm glad you kind of spelled that out a little bit. Well, let's jump into Income Island a little bit, because it's a pretty ambitious project. The graphics or marketing materials for the project, they look absolutely fire. They are amazing. And while most everybody here in this room, since we're in the Income Island Telegram, is going to know about it and be familiar with Income Island, we might have a few that listen to it later as a recording or something like that, that may not be as familiar with what Income Island is all about. So if that's the case, give us a quick summary of the project and kind of what you expect it to do initially in phase one and where you'd like to see it go past then.
Okay, so to do that, we have to go back to what was going to happen. The previous team had an idea of a game where you have a metaverse, where you go into the metaverse and you can mine. You can mine for BNB, and you get a little bit daily. A bit like when you have, when you mine on a graphics card and you get a little bit in daily. Eventually, you get enough that's paid for the graphics card, then you're running in pure profit. But they never really thought out what they were going to do properly. So what's happened here is I've taken that idea and just fleshed it out a bit. Instead of obviously having a Marvel world, we've got an island. We've got the Income Island. The actual metaverse graphics are so good, it looks like a real island. There's a video that TJ's put together, which just shows a few bits. I am actually waiting for a demo to come out, but there's a festival at the moment in Singapore, which is where the devs are from, and it's difficult to get hold of them. So I'm hoping after the weekend, if not on the weekend, but I can't promise that at this stage.
Sure. Well, let me stop you right there, and then I want you to continue down the path you were going. The graphics do look absolutely amazing, and I understand going from a whole world to an island is a little bit of a different concept, but really still a lot of the principles are still there. Is the mining and the BNB mining and things like that. So yeah, I just wanted to comment on the graphics there since you mentioned it.
But there's going to be more. I mean, when they said a world, it was going to be pretty much the same thing. It probably wasn't going to be tropical, but it was pretty much going to be, a space that you can walk around, like a virtual reality, metaverse, which is what it is. So at this phase, we've taken the mining and we're going to make it mining on plots of land, but these plots of land are going to be apartments, houses, mansions, ranches, and palaces. Obviously, the higher you get, the more expensive they are or rarer they are. Like there's only 10 palaces on the whole island, so you're looking at the moment 25 BNB for a palace, because they are that rare. And
wow.
It's like buying land in a real, in real time. If you get in early, like our forefathers did, then their ancestors are going to benefit from it nowadays. They're the rich landlords,
Sure.
and that's happening. With other games, there's things like Decentraland. Some things in 2017 that were a few £100s are now unaffordable. That's the way it's going on the digital market. But this isn't the same thing. With this, you buy a property, and then on that entire grid of property on the map, that's yours. That land on the map is yours, and you start with a pickaxe, and you mine, and you get as you do with a graphics card, and you mine. You get daily profits. If you want to mine faster, you can upgrade, and you can mine faster and earn more. So in phase one, because this is such a massive project, phase one, you'll be able to log in. You'll be able to connect your wallet. If you've bought a plot of land, you'll be able to see it in your portal. That plot of land will only go up in value. It will never go down. It will only go up. So the actual price of the plot of land will go up, and you'll earn mining as well. You'll be able to walk around the metaverse in phase one, and you'll be able to see what's in there. You won't be able to mine. As soon as phase one has been released, then phase two starts production, and that is where you'll be able to mine and go to the trade center and get upgrades for your mining, which is the main crux of the game. And then past that, we're going to start on phase 3. Phase 3 is where it really gets interesting, where we have mini games and other bits and pieces where you can walk around the metaverse and you can talk to each other. You can go into stores, you can play little mini games, you can go to arcades, you can go into our casino. I think you might be able to go to a casino a bit earlier, actually, because that's already built. But yeah, it's all in the works. It's all planned, and we're also taking ideas. If someone says, you know what, I want to see that in there, because this is a community. If someone says, you know, I've got an idea. What about if it did this, if it did that? We take it all on board. You know, we've got developers. We can get it all done.
Very, very interesting. So I want to talk a little bit about all 3 of these phases here. So phase 1, you'll have it where you log in, connect your wallet, and then you can, it sounds like if you've got a property, you then can mine with something small like a pickaxe, correct? And I like your example of almost like having a graphics card, which I have a graphics card. I can set it up to mine, you know, just passively. And you can do that same thing.
Mine in phase 1. You can't mine in phase 1. You can walk around the metaverse.
Okay.
In phase 1, and you'll have your pickaxe. So you can see your properties. You can phase 1, you can basically buy properties. It's to show people, look, this is the game. The game's here. This is the metaverse. Get in. But
Awesome.
phase 2 immediately starts afterwards, and that is the part where you'll be able to mine.
So these graphics, like I said, are really beautiful. And if you haven't seen them already, make sure you check out the videos that the Income Island team is putting out, because they are some really great graphics. So I'll be able to, in phase 1, you know, walk around and let's say I'll buy a mansion, something fairly large. I can walk around. I can see the outside into the inside of the mansion. Kind of explain to me to what level of detail I'll be able to explore the island.
Okay, so phase 1, it's pretty much going to be on the outside. You can walk around. This is going to be an ongoing development. So we're going to be developing everything in the island as we go along in different phases. So eventually, yeah, you'll be able to go inside and outside of everything. You know, everything. Rome wasn't built in a day. You know, when Google started, you didn't have Google Maps and everything else. So we're taking it one day at a time, one step at a time. But this is going to be a massive, massive project. Everything's going to be so you can enter it, go into it, walk around, interact. I'm hoping that to have different, you know, mini games and quizzes and just things. So when you're in the metaverse, you don't get bored at all. There's always something to do in there. We want it to be a one-stop shop. You know, sometimes you just pick up your phone and think, I want to do something. I don't know what I want to do. I want to do something. We want it to be that something that you can do and also, you know, earn money whilst you're doing it. There's going to be advertising as well in the game, so hopefully we can get other tokens involved and an exchange center. So you know, if you want to exchange tokens for other tokens, you eventually you'll be able to do that in the metaverse. We want it to be a one-stop shop for everything.
Yeah, now you've got my mind really going because of the things that could be possible in there. So let's jump to phase 3 of what you're saying, where there could be, you know, mini games and a social component. So you're saying in phase 3, I'll be able to walk around in the metaverse, see you, and say, you know, hey, I mean, actual converse, or at least via text, say, hey, how you doing? And maybe we can even swap something, like you said, in the future. Maybe we could see a billboard that advertises buying a ledger, you know, a hardware wall, you know, just whatever a bill might be on a billboard. Or like you said, maybe just swap with other tokens that are in partnerships with there. It truly sounds like, you know, in the truest sense of the word, it'll be a metaverse, in that it could almost be like a real, you know, tiny digital world, digital island in there that we could all converse and have commerce and quite a bit. Have you had a good response from this? I mean, it's an idea that I think is really going to take over the blockchain, but has the community really given you good feedback from all of this?
So far, everyone's quite excited to see what happens. Obviously, as I said, Rome wasn't built in a day, so it's going to start off in parts. But as it builds, there's going to be so much you can do in there. You know, it will be like as you say, like a mini world. It's never ending, pretty much. You'll be able to do anything. So we're going to have different characters in there. Obviously. A lot of people don't want to be themselves, so you'll be able to pick a character, and that'll be you, and then you can walk around and interact with other people. But your username will be on there, so people, if there's someone you recognise, you can recognise their username by clicking on them, and then you'll be able to go, oh yeah, how you doing, and have a chat in there.
You're right. Maybe I could be a different person. Oh, man. Yeah, so much to think about. And I really think the idea of a metaverse will really start to blow our minds as time goes forward to realize that, wow, this is really a different place I could be. Well, as you said, Rome wasn't built in a day, and you're starting to kind of try to get the momentum. And frankly, if you're hearing my voice right now, if you're listening to this AMA or you're in the Telegram chat and you hear it later, you're definitely in early. Okay. You are in this project at a very early time. If you've ever saying, oh, I wish I would have gotten this project and this project and this project early. If you're in Income Island right now, you are indeed in early. And what's great is what Lee's telling us is how much things are going to be built from this point of phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. You literally are here in phase 0 right now. So you're definitely in early. Now, tell me this, Lee, one of the things that you guys, or it may be you can tell me who came up with this idea, but you guys wanted something to keep users entertained a little bit while the metaverse was being constructed, while the developers were putting it together, and you created the Income Island Casino, pretty cool casino feature. Is that just something to hold over the community until the metaverse is here? Or I think you kind of said it a little bit, you want to integrate it into the metaverse at some point, correct?
Yeah, so we're going to have different features inside the metaverse that you can go to. So if you go into a cinema, you can stream something. If you go into a casino, you can play the casino. So there were little bits and pieces, and we had we knew that a lot of people lost trust because of the old team. The old team were not delivering. So we wanted to deliver everything. Everything we promised, we wanted to deliver. And so far, we've not promised anything and not delivered it. So we said we're going to do airdrops. We did the airdrops. We said we're going to do a casino. We did the casino. We're saying phase 1, exactly what's going to happen. We're doing it, and that's going to be delivered. So we want people that had a bad taste in their mouth and a bad experience with the previous iteration to have full trust and confidence that when we say we're going to do something, we're going to do it. And I thought the best way to do that is, instead of just waiting for phase 1, you got to wait 5-6 weeks, just trust me, I'm going to do it. I thought maybe let's just get a casino done. Eventually, when it's in the metaverse, you won't be able to just go straight to the URL. You walk to it through the metaverse or click on it in the metaverse. But I just thought, these are easier wins for us to get done quicker. So, and just to show that, we're getting things developed. So that's how that one came around.
I think it was a great idea to give us just something to do. I mean, I've played in the casino, and it's a lot of fun. You can you can get B&B or your income tokens, and put them up and see how you can do in roulette or blackjack or anything like that. It gives just a real good just sense of that the team is actually coming through on what they say, exactly what you said. Because a lot of teams, I think, if they put on a roadmap, even if they meet everything on the roadmap, it usually comes with delays. And sometimes delays happen. Completely understand that. I try to be, sensitive to sometimes unexpected things happen. But so far, you and your team, everything that you've said you would do, you've done, and it actually has came out pretty good. I'll be honest, I've played many different casinos around the web, different type of crypto casinos. And this one it's pretty good. It's got a lot of flash to it. It looks good, and it does kind of give. I'll tell you what it does to me is it gets me back on the Income Island website more often, and it puts Income Island to the front of my mind more often. And that's kind of what you want whenever you put out something like this, is you don't want people, as they're waiting for phase 1, to just forget about Income Island and not even think about it. So it's definitely helping you to get the momentum going a little bit for sure. You've heard my feedback from it, but I've seen a lot of people are playing, and I can see on the leaderboards and the recent games that a lot of people are playing. Have you had pretty good feedback from the casino so far? Do you have good numbers to show that people are using it?
Yeah, people are liking it. It's not been the busiest, because at the moment, I think people are waiting to see phase one of the game. If you remember, we have taken over this project, and there was so many relaunches on the old team and things not being. I think people are just wary at the moment, so I understand that. And this casino is only going to be the first casino as well. We're going to work on one with bigger, better graphics, more tokens that you can do from the exchange center once you're inside the metaverse. But yeah, people are playing it and people are liking it. It's not crazy busy as we would like, but it's getting busier. And I think as more people are trusting the project and coming on board, it's getting busier. What I'd like people to know is this isn't a one of those pump and dumps where you're straight in, straight out, flames dead within a few weeks and it's gone. This is an altcoin with a use case. So yeah, development can be a bit slow at times, but when it's done and it's ready and you get in there, everything's going to be making you money on a daily basis. I got a letter from the bank saying my interest's going down to 0.0001 something pence, right, where I need some sort of scope to look through to see my interest. So people want to be making money daily, and they can't do it in the bank anymore. So you need somewhere to go to do that. So you need something like Income Island, where you get a steady income of interest per year. It's not a flash in the pan. You're going to earn half a BNB every day, blah blah, like the old team said. Sure. That's not true. I think they're just saying that to sell, but it's not true. But you are going to earn a steady income, and it's going to be a hell of a lot more than you get in a bank. Well, yeah, and that's. I do full shows that are just based on the fact that the banks don't give us any money anymore, but DeFi definitely does, and I think that's why DeFi does so well. But with Income Island, you can at least do it, and you may be able to have fun while doing it as well. So yeah, Income Island seems really like it's going to be filling a niche a little bit. Answer me this, because I can't quite, and I'm not wanting to put you on the spot here. So if this is if this is proprietary or whatever, then let me know. But if people are going to be getting BNB, and like you said, a small amount each day, not several BNB a day or anything like that. But where will that money come from? Will it come from other people coming in and buying properties and buying income token, as part of the tokenomics on there? Is that where the BNB is generated from? Is it volume centric? Yeah. So to start with, it will be. We've got all the properties lined up now. So if people get in on the properties, the bigger property, the more you earn. But also, if you're not bought a property, but you just want to walk around the metaverse, use the games, etc., there's a fee that goes straight to liquidity. It's not big; it's $2 that goes to liquidity. There's also, as I said, there's going to be mini games and lots of different bits and pieces to do in there. There's the casino. And there's things to buy. When you play one of those games, like one of those dual games where you get 4 of them linked and blah blah, and you have to buy upgrades, etc. You're buying stuff, but you're not actually really getting anything out of it. In this world, where when you buy from a game, you're actually using income tokens, and when you win something, you're winning tokens as well. So instead of winning something absolutely useless on a game you might get on your iPhone or in the Play Store, you're actually making money that way, and you can rent your plots as well to others. So if you haven't got time to play and you want to become a landlord, you can. That's cool. I like you could buy a house or a ranch or a mansion, like now, or when the phase 1 comes out, and play it for a little bit. As soon as phase 2 comes out, you'll have the ability to rent that to other people in the trade center. So you could actually become a virtual landlord without having to buy a real house. Man, I love that. Yeah, like an Airbnb, a virtual Airbnb. I like that idea. What I like about your answer there is it appears to me that you understand that this is a business, that there needs to be some sort of revenue to be able to have something like BNB rewards. So yeah, that's very understandable. Answer me this. Your graphics look
great. Even the logo for Income Island there, it's got the Binance logo right there in the middle of the O. It's really good looking. Is this, how did you know somebody in graphics to do this well on? Is there somebody on the team that's doing this, or somebody that had a connection to a great graphic artist? Because all of your graphics look just amazing. Where did these come from?
So I come from a graphics background. I'm a designer myself, a graphic designer, and I'm very, very fussy and pedantic. Everything has to look amazing, or I don't pass it. I don't like it. I'm not particularly happy with the website, and I built it myself. That's how fussy I am. But no, I had a designer make the logo to my specifications. I had it in my head. I went into Photoshop and Illustrator, and I couldn't quite nab it myself. So I got someone a little bit more talented on that side to make it. But yeah, they managed to pluck out exactly what was in my head, and that was the result. And then, yeah, when it comes to the metaverse, the first thing the designers sent me looked like something out of I can't remember the name of that game. Minecraft. It looked like something out of Minecraft.
Oh, yeah.
And I was just like, no. And I think I had a rant with all the admins. I was saying, I'm not putting this out. No way, not putting this out. And I literally went into a tirade with the devs, and I just said, this design's no good. I said, I don't care if we have to put it back a month. I want something where someone goes, wow. I want people, if they're holding a pint of beer, to drop it and smash it on the floor. They're so amazed. So then they came back, and I said, don't even bother showing me anything unless I go, wow. And then they came back with the graphics you see now.
Man, I love that. You remind me of Steve Jobs whenever he was running Apple, apparently, as they were putting together the iPhone. He did the same thing. They would give him just a trash version of, early version of the iPhone, and it wasn't any good. And apparently he did the same kind of thing. Just said, this is absolute trash. I don't want it. And, they eventually came up with the iPhone. It looked a lot better because he had high standards. And it sounds like you have those same type of high standards, that you expect it to look a certain way. You don't want it to be a reiteration of Minecraft or anything like that. You need it to be original in a good game, and you're not going to stop until you actually see your vision complete. So I can appreciate that for sure. Now, the socializing with each other is that, in phase 3, I guess that's in the same realm of where, you could rent out your plots of land to other people, correct? Or would this be something that goes down in Telegram?
Sorry, you cut off there. You said phase 3. Say that again.
Yeah, I said once phase 3 happens, and there is a social aspect to it, and as we talk about people renting out their plots, where will that transaction take place? Will it be within the metaverse, or it will be outside the metaverse, in like on Telegram or something like that?
So inside the metaverse, there'll be a trade station, and you can go in there and you can put your property up for rent. Now, this trade station will basically be like a shopping center, or a mall, as you call it. Where you pretty much do whatever you want to do inside the metaverse. Of course, if you're chatting to someone on Telegram, you can go, look, do you want to rent my house or mansion, and agree it there, and then you just head on over to the trade center and do the deal there. But you don't need to do that. You could just pop your property in there. So let's say you've bought a mansion and it's cost you 5 BNB. The more you mine on that, the more it's worth. So let's say you mined 4 or 5 months, and now it's worth 6.5 BNB. Then you could get the rent for 6.5 BNB, or you can sell it for 6.5 BNB. So a 5 BNB mansion doesn't necessarily mean all mansions are worth 5 BNBs. The older the mansion and the more they've been mined on, the more they're worth, and the more you can get for them.
Wait a second. You said the more that they're mined on, the more they end up being worth. That is very interesting. So if I'm going hard at it on my property and I'm mining quite a bit, it in essence makes it worth more, you say?
That's correct, yeah. And I've thought it through. So obviously, the more it's worth, the more rare it becomes, and the more sought after it becomes. You can only trade it in the trade station. So it's not like, you just click sell and then we've got no money left for anyone else to earn anything. everything is done so that it just works and it can carry on working for years, and you can all make money, and the pot doesn't run dry. It's it's a lot of thought has gone into this just to make sure that it works not only for all the investors and the holders and people trying to make money, but it also works on our side as well, so we don't lose. And because if we lose the pot out in the liquidity pool of the contract of the game, then obviously people wouldn't be able to earn. So it's all done so that you can trade with each other and still earn. And also there's going to be advertising in the game. So as I said, there's going to be billboards and all the advertising for other tokens and coins is all going to go into the liquidity pool, and that's all going to go into mining for you guys. So there's going to be money coming in. Obviously, to start it off, we need to sell plots. So the more plots we sell in phase one, that's going to help us build the game bigger and better for everyone. So yes, it's a community thing, and it has been very well thought out.
So many different aspects of it that you've definitely put a lot of thought into it. Getting a little bit into the promotion that's going on throughout the rest of the weekend. Talk a little bit about the buy and sell taxes that are in place, and then, of course, mention the promotion that you've got going on over the weekend.
Okay, so at the moment, well, not at the moment, but normally it's 5% goes to marketing, 5% is BNB reflections. We've got a little calculator on the website where you can see how much you earn in reflections, and 4% goes to the liquidity pool. Bob actually had the idea of doing a weekend where it's tax-free, so people can get in on the token earlier. The actual idea is if you could do it with more wallets, then we get more holders, because we want to try and get onto CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap. We've got a couple of big influencers. We've got Travlad and we've got Dr. Crypto as well, and they're shilling for us. So when you have a look on the chart, actually, and you see it, we sort of mooned yesterday. For 10 seconds, I turned the fees back off to send some tokens to someone, and a sniper bot hit us, which you can see is that red line. Now we've had to put measures in place to stop sniper bots as well. But as you can see, it's creeping back up now. Which is nice. So almost gotten things like that are teething problems. But yeah, that was the main idea.
Okay, yeah, and it's worked out well. And you're right. After that big old red candle that came after that sniper bot came in, it's came up about halfway up through that. And I believe this tax-free buy period is going in through the end of tomorrow, correct?
It is, yeah. Well, it's lucky you're talking to me now, because I nearly had a heart attack when I saw that yesterday.
Yeah, I will bet, because I saw it and I saw the price going up and up, and I was like, wow, this is incredible. And then all of a sudden I looked and it was half the value that it was before. So that happens. People buy, people sell, bots buy, bots sell. It sounds like to me it would have been inevitable of it happening as soon as you turned off those taxes. So
then and not when more people aped in, it's better it happened then. As I said, it was only open for about 20 seconds. But yeah, that's the nature of the game. You're going to get that with anything. People set these things, and I think things like that is a reason a lot of these coins burn bright and die within a week, because people give up. My team don't give up, through everything. What I'll say is my team do not give up. We've got a vision. We know what we want to do, and we are going to do it, and nothing's going to stop us. And that's the main thing with our team.
Yeah, and you've got a great team. One of it, he goes by Joseph M.O. Crypto now. I can say from watching him in the previous projects, that guy is a shiller king amongst shillers. So I can go ahead and put a little bit of here. I'll give a little bit of applause to Joe there, because he doesn't know this, because I was just a dude. I was just an investor, but I would always observe how he would shill and market, and always just was there and present. And I went into Dr. Crypto Vendor's little laboratory telegram. And there he was in there pushing Income Island. And eventually it led to Dr. Crypto Vendor signing up with a partnership with you, which, by the way, Dr. Crypto Vendor, I've worked with him several times. He does voice chats just like I do. And I've worked with him about, kind of mentored me to, be able to handle busy voice chats and things like that. And that guy definitely, whenever he signs on with a project, makes sure that it's successful. So I'm excited that, and I think you've got a good influencer there with Dr. Crypto Vendor for sure. How about auditing? Has the project been audited? Have you had a third party look over your contract yet?
It has been audited. I've since found out that the company that audited it is not a great company. Our aim is to audit it with Certic. I am going to get it audited, an interim one by another company. I'd want to find a decent one. I think the one I had it done with was Blockchain something. I'd have to check on the site there. Talking about Joe, he's actually prompting me.
You were talking about the audit.
To tell people. Well, I was just saying, Joe's actually prompted me as well to tell people that the devs building the game built Engine Coin. I'm not quite familiar with it, but Joe thinks that's a big thing, so I'm presuming it is. And also, Bob's prompted me quite a bit as well. So this is the kind of team I've got there. They push me from the sidelines.
Well, that's what you want, right? You don't want a team that is just like, oh yeah, whatever Lee says is what we'll do. No, these guys are proactive, and they're kind of, feeding you information in your ear, so they make sure that you said it. And yeah, as far as the developers that are developers behind Engine, Joe's right. That's a big deal because that's a successful project and it's a good looking project too. So he's absolutely right. And that should, again, being the master shiller that he is, I know that piece of information because of Joe, because he said, oh my gosh, this is the same guys that are behind Engine. So yeah, it's that's something that definitely should be used, because it's really, really good to be able to have the same developers from that. But I understand that it's been audited. I know a few auditors. I've actually done some AMAs. I'm sorry about that. I was just going to say I've done some AMAs with some other auditors before, and I can give you some of their information if you would like, if you're looking for different ones. But yeah, Certic someday. But
yeah, Certic's the main one, but obviously it's out of our price range at the moment. But that's our end goal. I'll tell you who we're audited with. I'm just going on my website to have a look. Block Audit Report, which at the time I got a good price on it, and I was recommended it by the old team, funnily enough. But I have been told they're not that great. So I'm going to get a better audit than that. I didn't realize, so that has been brought to my attention.
Yeah, I get it. And there's a lot of auditors out there, and yeah, some are greater than others. Obviously, Certic, like you said, being the gold standard, and I'm glad to hear that that's where you want to get eventually. But those guys aren't cheap. They are proud of their product, which they should be. It's kind of the gold standard of auditing. But yeah, you guys are audited is kind of where I was wanting to get to that. But I'm happy to hear that you're even not satisfied with that. You want further audits to make sure that it's audited from reputable places. So that sounds pretty good. Now, before we kind of wrap up here, I want to ask one other thing, and you kind of touched on it, that I might be able to do it for $2. So if I don't own a plot of land in the game, I can still walk around in the metaverse on some phase of it eventually and pay $2 to get in. Is that correct?
You can walk around it on phase one. That's pretty much all you'll be able to do is join up, walk around. But you will see what it's about, and you'll see what's coming. It's the start. It's like looking at the foundation of a massive building that's going to become a theme park. That's literally the only way I can describe it. But yeah, you'll be able to go in, walk around, and have a look, certainly. And the $2 goes straight into liquidity, to help for the mining and everything else that's upcoming.
Sure. So how big is your team? I know we've got 4 of you in here, 4 of you that are on the website, but you've obviously got some people that you've hired as developers that, or at least a hired portion of the team. How big is your team, and are they spread throughout the world, or are you guys all centrally located?
So there's 6 of us that are the main ones. There's me. There's Joe. We've got TJ, who does graphics. He does all the great videos and things you see. Really amazing work. Steph, he's been doing all the airdrops and everything. Really great job. Bob, he's helps with literally everything, all behind the scenes. Amazing job. And recently we've just added Freddie as well, who's pushing, and everyone's enthusiastic. No one's lost their enthusiasm. Every time we get knocked down, we get back up again, we dust ourselves off and carry on. So, and that's what everyone in the team has in common. They're the main team, and then we've got developers. Well, the team's from all over the place. I'm in the UK. Steph's Dutch, and then I think the other 3 are in the USA. But different places there. And then
Sure.
The devs are in Singapore. Some of them are Indian. Some of them are Ukrainian.
I got you.
Yeah. So they're not the core team. They're the development team that we've hired, and then I've got various other developers. One that made the contract for us, and one designer that did the logo, etc. So I've got a nice group of people. I've got a couple that made the stickers that you see on the group as well. So yeah. You've got people,
and the stickers look great. The stickers are absolutely great, and that's what I was trying to say earlier. Is just all of your graphics. They're just, I can tell that now that you tell me that you are in graphics, therefore you just have a little bit more of a discerning eye. That makes complete sense, because everything that Income Island has put out looks really, really good. I'm always really impressed with that.
A hard time on it originally. Originally, one of the artists, I said I want a Jamaican and our island iguana sitting in a rocket going up to the moon, but it looked like they were sort of doing sexual favors to each other. So I had to get that completely changed. I'll post it and show you at some point.
Yeah, I'd like to see it.
But yeah,
maybe it would have got us more investors
on the main group.
Yeah, I'd be interested in seeing it. Yeah, always it's funny whenever you get something that looks like somebody's in a little different position than what you were wanting it to be. So I would be interested in seeing that.
Just posted it to the main group now.
Yeah, it's something about the rocking that's going on there. It's yeah, that guy's going to the moon for sure.
So, taken out to be taken out, basically.
Right. I'm yeah. So either way, even that looked good. So yeah, that's
the moon. I'll tell you that. But
right. He's having a good time. That's for sure. Well, let's wrap up with this. A little bit of an elevator pitch here. Let's say you and I meet each other on the 20th floor. We don't know each other, and I have a Binance shirt on, so I'm obviously good for. You think this guy's probably got a few B&B. We're on the 20th floor. We're headed down to the first floor. So you've got just a very short period of time to tell me why it is that Income Island is absolutely where I need to be and where I need to be spending my time. What do you say to convince me?
If you see me on a lift, I look straight ahead because I'm not a salesman. But metaphorically, let's have it. I'm really not a salesman. But yeah, I would say, everything is in one place on here. It's a one-stop shop. Some of the coins you can get yourself BNB reflections. Others you might be able to get into a game. Others you might be able to do a mining like we've got. But although there's not that many that do any of them, but this one does absolutely everything. The reason we called it Income Island is because you basically can make an income from the entire island.
Man, I love it. Ding! We're there. Don't sell yourself short on not being a salesman, but I know what you say, because I do the exact same thing. I am not a great salesman. I work with some other tokens that sometimes it takes some, call it convincing of other tokens, and that is just not my role. I'm just not very good at it. So
I would probably say 1 minute, and then I'd drag Bob into the lift.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, but Bob can come in here. So let me ask you that. If you have, let's talk with you about your team. If you had to bring in one person to do that, it would be Bob. He's your sales guy.
Oh no, but Bob and Joe, and well, do you know what all of them really do? But yeah, but Bob could talk the hind legs of a donkey, so he's a good one if you want him to talk for 20 floors. I mean, Joe might make 10 floors. Bob would make 20 floors easy.
No, all these guys do really good, and even yourself, your your elevator pitch to me would be enough convincing to me. But I'm biased. I like the project already, so I came primed and ready to go. But here's what I might say to do for everybody that's listening today. Many of you know about this project. I hope today, by hearing this, you feel like you know Lee a little bit better. We've seen him comment so often in the Telegram chat. We see Joe, we see Bob, we see TJ. All these guys are in here pretty often, but I'm hoping today you got a little bit better of a feel for who Lee is, a little bit better of a picture painted of the history of the project and the future of the project as well. I'm excited. I'm excited for the different influencers that you've got coming, the different phase 1, 2, and 3. And we'll have some fun with this. Maybe this won't be the only time we'll do something like this to generate some community involvement, because I always think that community is one of the three, there's 3 pillars for a project: community, team, and the token itself. And you could probably put the token itself almost last, because the community and the team is what will make a project successful. You've got a good team, and this community is building and building every day. So anything that I can do to help out build the community, I want to seriously consider doing. So I've really enjoyed you coming in here, telling everybody, there's a little bit of applause, telling everybody all about the project. And let's do this again sometime.
Definitely. It's been a pleasure, and thanks for hosting it. You've been great. Really, really good.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate that. Guys, I occasionally am in the Telegram chat, and if you see me just giving a regular comment on, hey, I agree with you, I don't agree with you, something, just whatever comment, say hi to me. I'm on Twitter too, @VoiceOfDeFi. Say hi to me there as well, and I will look forward to seeing all you guys soon. Maybe I'll see you guys someday in the Metaverse, and then y'all can say hi to me there as well. No problem. All right. Well, you guys have a great day, and I will see y'all again.